making ends meet. See, I want to be blessed. I don't want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow. I want to have more than enough. Check this out. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith signs of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. You keep blessing me in that recession. I got to do something with this life again. This plan for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. That's when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. That's when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Oh, yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. That's when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. That's when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? See, we got to speak that thing into existence. Because it gonna happen. You gotta believe it. In your heart. And in your mind. And in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say. So you can say what you heard. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, you repeat after me. Come on, say it. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living. I got to be living. And I'm gonna live. Come on, speak this thing into existence. Let's go. I wanna be living. I gotta be living. And I'm gonna live. Oh, now y'all got it. Your blessings is on the way. That's when I come, that's when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? I want heaven in the overflow. Right here on earth. That's when I come, that's when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? In the overflow. Hey. That's when I come. That's when I go. Hey, 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 hey. What's up, y'all? And welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. You know what? This is the only show where me, you, your mama, and your cousin too get to just come on and do what? Chop it. What's going on, y'all? What's going on out there in Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch land? Welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show, y'all. Thank y'all for joining in. I want y'all to do one favor. Please share this live. That's all I ask y'all to do. Share this live with somebody, anybody. Share this live, y'all. What's up, y'all? We got some stuff to chop up today. Today is election day. Well, this is the last day for election. So hopefully y'all done went out there. Y'all done got y'all votes in. It is after 7 o'clock. The polls are closed now. So if you ain't got your vote in yet, you ain't gonna get it in now. So if you ain't in that line, you're not gonna be able to vote. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, share this live. Please hit the share button. Share this live with somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, scream. Thank y'all for tuning in. Listen, share this live with somebody. That's all I ask y'all to do. But anyway, y'all, today is election day. Today, the country will determine who will have power of this country. Will the Democrats do it, or will the Republicans take over and erase everything the Democrats have done? Which is what they said they're going to do. They're going to take away everything that y'all folks did. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're probably going to do, man. We got Stacey Abrams versus Kemp in the Georgia race. We got a lot of races going on. You know what I'm saying? We got Warnock and Herschel Walker going at it. And a lot of these races are tight, man. Surprisingly, Herschel Walker is within the margin of error. He's within the margin of error, man. Sadly, Herschel Walker's in the margin of error. He could possibly win, man. In which I know he's not going to be running the Senate. He's just a mouthpiece. Herschel Walker is, in my opinion, Herschel Walker is just a blackface. He's just blackface. That's all. He's not going to be making any decisions in the Senate. You know what I'm saying? And also, we're going to talk about Kyrie Irvin, y'all. They're trying to make this man apologize. They're trying to buck break Kyrie Irvin, and I think it's despicable, man. And you got a lot of black folk coming out against him, and he's also got some support. But we're going to chop it up tonight, man. Let me get my boy up in this place. BT.
What's good? What's good?
Oh, boy.
World Series champions.
Hey, man, I congratulate you and them Houston Astros, man. y'all came back and redeemed yourself from that beatdown we put on y'all last year.
Took care of business. Yeah,
we went down to stop y'all, you know what I'm saying? So y'all had a free run in it.
That's last year. We ain't talking about old stuff.
But y'all came back to redeem it, man. That's what it's all about, man. It took a year for y'all to do it.
Dynasty, man. Most dominant team in the MLB over the last 6 years. How you feeling today, man?
Hey, man, feeling good, man. I don't want to got my vote in. I would have got my vote in, man.
Oh, you voted today? Man, I voted.
Yeah, I voted.
I voted 2 weeks ago, man. I don't mess around. I don't want nothing happening to my vote.
Well, I know with you. I just like going in on election day. It probably took a shorter time than the people going to early vote.
Good. I'm glad. You know I'm glad to hear that.
Because I went right in, gave my ID. They gave me my little card.
Do you still live in the Bankhead section or what?
No, I'm in the outskirts. I vote in Douglas County.
Douglas County, okay.
Douglasville, yeah. That's like on the outskirts. The county.
Hey, I'm familiar with Douglasville.
Yeah. So that's why I vote at now. So they running all the black folks out of Atlanta, man.
Are they?
It's getting hard to live in Atlanta, man.
Yeah.
It's getting hard to live in Atlanta because they try to take Atlanta back over, slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? Gentrification and all that.
According to a few guests on the show, they try to turn Atlanta Asian. Remember?
Nah, they trying. They wouldn't do that. They trying.
That's only if Stacey Abrams gets elected. Atlanta's gonna be the new Asia.
Yeah, they try to see. Atlanta is an international city. No matter where you're going, you got to come through Atlanta.
Right. It's a hub city. I mean, a melting pot. A lot of big business there.
Exactly.
So of course,
and they don't want to see black folk running it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the issue. That's what's going on. So they the prices are higher. Everything. It's just hard to live in Atlanta, man. They giving everybody Section 8 and tricking them out of the city. They don't shut down all the projects. All the projects that was in Atlanta, they shut them down and gave people vouchers to move on the outskirts of Atlanta. It was a trick that they did, and people fell for it, thinking they get in the house that they weren't owning anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it is what it is, man. But we're gonna keep our eyes on it. Let me see what I got right here. I got my TV going. Keep my eyes on some of these races. A lot of these things probably gonna be settled to like
tomorrow anyway, man.
Yeah, like 2 o'clock in the morning because the new.
Yeah.
Like, did you notice the new process it took to vote? Like pushing the paper in twice, the two things in, and pulling it out and then pushing it in. Was it like that with y'all?
No, basically what I had to do is go in there, show my ID. Then they give you the little card. They give you a little card to stick into the ballot thing, and you make your ballot and you make your picks, and then when you finish you hit print your ballot out.
Yeah.
And then you take it over to this like big old trash can they got.
Yeah.
they feed it into the thing and they calculate your vote, man.
No, they redid Texas, like, man, like for years it was like a big iPad and it had a little wheel on it, and then you turn the wheel and press to cast your vote, and then you put cast your vote, and then it looked like but since the Stop the Steal folks came in and changed stuff, now it's you come in and it's like it's still like a touch screen, but you have to feed in this ballot, this long sheet. It's about it's like like legal size paper. You got 2 of them. You fill it in, you fill it in, feed it in, and you fill it. And we had over 90 in my district. It was over 90 elections on the ballot, so it took like a good 10 minutes. So
90,
yeah, it was 90 different elections. Yeah,
I think we had about like 20.
Wow.
Then you had like these questions, the state referendum.
Yeah, we had to vote. Yeah, we had to vote for all the county judges and all this. Yeah, it was a lot of them. And
I had no idea what that was about. Do you want farmers to get free money and all this stuff like that? Stuff that don't nobody probably know about. They're just hitting guessing yes or no anyway.
Right. So, yeah, but the biggest difference, man, is like the voting booths used to be real tall. You couldn't see. Now they're real short, and you can see right over at your neighbor. See what your neighbor.
They don't have no curtains and all that between the ballots no more. Yeah, so
maybe that was just my place, my location, but it was a lot of people I could see. I saw a couple of people, straight Republicans.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what most people do. If you vote Democrat, you're gonna vote Democrat down ballot.
You're not gonna change that. That's an institution, man. It's an institution that's been in over almost 100 years. So I mean, it's hard. I mean, that stuff doesn't change automatically just because one thing happens automatically. Now people are gonna be independent. No, I mean,
I don't believe no such thing. I think people will change every. They'll vote, like say they'll vote for some people might vote for Kemp, but they'll vote for Warnock.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't one instant like that, but majority of people gonna vote majority of who they represent. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Did you say that? I hear you say that the Herschel Walker's ahead.
They say. I mean, some polls got him ahead a point. Some got him down a point, but whatever it is, he's within the margin of error.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I wonder if you're gonna have to go to a runoff, because if they don't get 50%, they're gonna have to go to a runoff.
If they don't get 50% plus.
Yeah,
you gotta get 50% plus. I think they say 1 vote. You gotta get 50% plus. So I think Warnock and Herschel might go through a runoff.
Mm-hmm. That would be in December.
Yeah. But all indication, I think Stacey gonna lose. You know this thing, and Teddy Pendergrass said, "Take a fool to lose twice." You know what I'm saying? So, but I voted for it anyway, man. I would listen to Rashard Ritchie. I don't know if you heard of Rashard Ritchie.
I'm in the group. I'm in the group with you.
Oh yeah. And they were having a discussion, and she kind of like went off on him. He came back, you know what I'm saying? And she hung up on him. That probably didn't do up well coming up on the election, man.
I didn't see that. This is on his radio show?
Yeah, it's on the radio show.
Oh, Rashard Ritchie doesn't support Stacey Abrams?
Yeah, he supports Stacey Abrams. But leading up to the interview like a couple of days ago, he was talking about she hadn't been on the show. And he was why she hadn't came on the show, you know what I'm saying? I guess, she
campaigning.
Huh?
She on the trail, on the campaign trail.
Yeah, but you got to hit the radio show for about 5-10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man.
I don't think she was that busy when she couldn't come on the show. he got one of the hottest show in the state. You know what I'm saying?
And that's she got upset because he called her out for that.
Yeah. He called out, but he came back and apologized because it could have been a miscommunication that her people then went back to her saying he was dogging her out or something like that. But she tried to straighten him on his show, and he had receipts. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then, we have a tight we got a tight governor race here. Beto O'Rourke versus Abbott, and Beto been on the path. I mean, I went to TSU versus Jackson football game, and Beto was out there on the parade route. You know what I'm saying? He thought everybody was cheering for him and everything.
Well, who that threw a bottle at?
No, that was the Astros parade. That was Ted Cruz.
No,
man, you know they giving that dude they charged him with aggravated assault.
Yeah, I can imagine that. You know,
man. I mean, I don't think it's gonna stand up all the way, but like, man, that's weak, man. He had it was a Fresca or whatever, a seltzer bottle, can.
Yeah.
And he hit him with that. I mean, it didn't even hit him, man. I mean, Ted Cruz. I mean, I don't know why Ted Cruz thought it was a good idea to come in the Astros parade.
Hey,
he got booed. He got booed the whole way. People, a smattering of middle fingers, and then threw the can at him.
Anything to get them votes, man. He's gonna be visible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, he got when the Astros went to New York and played the Yankees, he was up there. Everybody was booing and middle fingering them. New Yorkers. I mean, they ain't got nothing to do with Texas. And they would don't nobody like. I don't know. I don't know how
that's a liberal spot he is.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
He just trying to show his face, man. That's all he's trying to do.
Yeah, he's on a lot of clown stuff, and he talk about we need to put more police in schools, and man, that's how we're gonna stop all these school shootings. He just wants a firefight. I mean, it's ridiculous. They've been putting police in schools since Columbine. That was in '99. All that's led to is more black children being arrested. That hasn't stopped no school shootings. They stop. What they do is all it is they start the prison to school, the school to prison pipeline. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, man. But anyway, we gonna keep our eyes on this as y'all. Well, y'all poll close at 7 o'clock too.
But we on Central Time. We got another 40 minutes now. But some places I just saw that there's a lawsuit.
Y'all just an hour behind.
Yeah, we're an hour behind. But there's a lawsuit, man, out there because there were some places that was held up with faulty machines for like an hour for like 6 or 7 hours, and they're trying to push it back to 8 o'clock.
Oh, it gonna be some mess, man, tonight.
Yeah, it is, man. It's too many people, man.
Down here, they had a lot of folks. They send a lot of folks over to like this tribunal or something before they can prove who they is.
Yeah,
I'm like,
they make it so inconvenient to vote. Well, all right. Fourth thing, if voting is gonna be on Tuesday, it needs to be a national holiday. Everybody off work. You know what I'm saying? Only the essential workers working. And and they give them time to go vote. Like my mom used to always say, man, Democrats should always, if they really wanted to win, they should change National Voting Day to Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody off.
Everybody off. Yeah.
And Democrats should own shuttle companies and just scoop people up and take them to the polls. Just drive by the hood and scoop people up. They're gonna vote if you pick them up. People don't realize that transportation is an issue for people, especially in rural areas. Transportation is a huge issue. Yeah. But if you got shuttles and the means to get them, make it happen.
Yeah, man. So it gonna be a lot of mess going on, man.
Yeah.
But what else going on in the news? That boy Kyrie. What's going on with this? You see all the demands they got for Kyrie, man.
Man, they might as well made him collect all 6 Infinity Stones. You know what I'm saying? And go fight Thanos. I mean,
and I was surprised, Steve. They ain't really came to his defense on that.
Yeah, Stephen
You
A.
know
did
what I'm
back him up
Yeah,
because
Stephen A.
he said they're trying to embarrass him, trying to emasculate him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I kind of think that too, but I'm gonna take it to the next level. This is what I think the Nets are trying to do. They're trying to put these impossible hurdles for him to clear, and then they can use that to void his contract, so they won't have to pay him the whole $46 million they owe him. And I think that they're on the path to that right there. They're trying to get him and get from underneath his contract. I don't think they want him there no more.
But I think he's gonna get blackballed.
He might get like Antonio Brown.
Yeah, and everybody gonna say we don't want to pay him that much.
Right.
But the man's still worth that. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like butt breaking. You know what I'm saying? Trying to butt break it. You seen the post?
I don't know if I agree with that.
I made in the group?
Huh?
You seen the post I made in the group?
No, I missed it, man. I worked kind of late.
About how, but it reminded me of that. You know how they were being Kunther, until Kunther said Toby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of got that feel with a modern day feel in it.
Right. That's true. Buck breaking is like when a slave is misbehaving, you beat him in front of the other slaves, like they did Denzel in Glory.
Yeah.
And to keep him in line, that's real buck breaking. We ain't gonna talk about the new buck breaking that they be talking about.
This is a video I put in the group. I played in the sport group. And they got a black man whooping it.
I want to hear you say your name. Your name is Toby. What's your name?
Gunther.
Lord God help that boy. They're gonna whip him dead.
That's Shaq right now.
What's your name? Say it. Toby. Who are you? Say your name. What's your name?
Toby.
Hi. Say it again. Say it louder so they all can hear you. What's your name?
Toby. My name is Toby.
Aye. That's a good nigger.
But see, look, I know that's kind of like over the top, but in a modern day sense, don't you think they have this feel to it? How they break you down. Even with Kanye said a lot of stuff I don't like, but when you peel all the bananas, you try to see what he's trying to say. And I kind of get this, and they try to break them down to show LeBron them. This is what we'll do to you. This is what we'll do to you, Shaq. You got all this money. This is what we'll do to you. You get out of line. We'll break you all the way down. Everything that you earn, we'll take it from you, just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. That's how I feel like this. It has that feel. I know some people in the group saying that's too much, but I was just trying to draw a parallel to.
All right.
Kyrie. The man apologized, right? The man apologized. Know what y'all want from him. Then y'all come with a list of demands. I mean, first y'all say apologize. You apologize, no. Then you got a list of demands. And it's just stupid, man.
Yeah, I know, man. When you sign up, man, when you sign that NBA contract, man, you sign up to dance.
And you don't sign up to be owned, though. You sign up.
You're right.
You sign up to provide your service to them.
You're right, but you got to dance the way they want you to dance. They don't want to hear all that black empowerment and all that old. They don't want to hear a bunch of stuff that makes them look in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff Kanye was saying a lot of stuff that was a little bit more. I'm not saying Kanye was wrong. I'm gonna tell you how right now. I'm not saying he's wrong, but I'm saying is the stuff he was saying. It will get you. If you have certain connections with powerful people, they will cut those connections off. That's what they do. I'm not saying. I mean, it is what it is. I think Kyrie. I think Kyrie is a dude that goes against the grain. He's a dude that doesn't like to be told what to do. He has a problem with authority, and that's fine. But why you're gonna have to pay those consequences.
But why you say he has a problem with authority?
I think he doesn't like to be told what to do, or how to do it. That's the whole thing with the vaccine, the mandates. He said that he didn't have a problem with the vaccine. He had a problem with the mandate, and which is fine, but it's going to cost you. It has. It literally has cost this man literally almost $500 million. I mean, because of the money he missed and this contract extension that he was ready to sign. He's actually missed more games than he's played for the Nets. I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, it's just really hard to kind of. I don't know if what he's doing is worth what he's going through.
It's worth it. It's always worth it.
It's worth it, backers.
Yeah, it's worth it, man. You remember as a guy back in probably the 60s, I can't think he draft guys. You remember that? He said, I'm not going to, ain't no Tink didn't call me nigga. Right?
You talking about Ali?
Cassius Clay.
Yeah, okay. Cassius Clay, yeah.
So but what I mean is it's always worth it, man. Here's the thing here. I spit the same venom, right? But it's the platform, right? I don't have the platform they have. Right. So if I had the platform that they had, which what I'm spitting, it ain't falsehood. They've been teaching falsehood forever. Right. And so it ain't about being woke. It's just understanding that the indoctrinations that we've been receiving since we went to school, that George Washington chopped down a cherry tree. He didn't really chop a real cherry tree down. What the cherry tree was, he killed off the Moorish bloodline. He killed off the Moorish tradition of the Moors being on this landmass before time was, right? So that you got to, there's so much, in it's so much flaws in their teachings. Like you just have to find it, and then you have to eat the fish and spit out the bones pertaining to certain things in history.
All right, backers, let me ask you this.
Before you go, Brett, explain to people what how this all trend, what happened, what Kyrie did. You know what I'm saying?
Kyrie, he ain't did nothing.
I'm talking about
he did no more than what I did today. Post.
All right, yeah, I'm glad.
What I'm saying, so people might be watching
He didn't do no more than what I did today, but post, and I just said thoughts. What y'all think of this? Are your thoughts on this?
Well, he posted it, and he didn't post no caption.
Caption.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you something. What if Aaron Rodgers posted the film, A Birth of a Nation, the old one,
right?
And didn't put no caption on it? Would you think that would be all right, or do you think that the NFL should step in and say something about that?
But here's the thing. Everybody know what Birth of the Nation is and what it represents. Everybody don't know what Hebrew to Negro is, right? And so that's now they knowing it, and they don't want it out there because the movie got truths in it, man. Like a lot of other, it's just really a documentary, right? It's not a movie like Birth of the Nation. It's a documentary explaining.
Birth of a Nation was propaganda,
right? This just a documentary, no more different than a documentary I done.
Right? Is everything in it? Is everything in it 100% accurate?
I mean,
because the clips I've seen from it,
I haven't seen them. I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna watch a documentary this weekend. It's about 3 hours long.
What you really need to do is that Ronald Dalton guy. That's who you need to go and check who he is, right? Check him out and research him instead of the movie. Then you'll understand it better. because he probably didn't edit it. You know, he probably not the editor, right? And so, but this is what he probably wanted. But the editor, like in my documentary, me and the lady going at it right now, but the editor, he knew what it needed to be successful, right? And so, you know, he edited it that way. But the movie, you just go check who that guy is that wrote the movie, that produced the movie. That's who you need to know about. He's a sharp brother. I believe he's over in South Africa living now and being prosperous and teaching. And it's a teaching that he came up under about the Hebrew Israelites. And, you know, some of it be radical, no different than any radical religion, right? And so what I mean by radical, not radical far as militantly radically, but radical in his teachings, right? And so there's really no anti-Semitic. Here's the thing. Noah had 3 kids, Jacob, Ham, and Shepard, right? And we know Shem, that's who they talking about. That was us. We black people. That's us. No matter where we are in the world, that's us. You know, even for the ones that love the indoctrination that we all came from Africa as slaves over here, right? That's your heritage. As a Hebrew, that's your heritage, man. You know what I'm saying? So we've been so indoctrinated in their teaching from
Yeah.
kids, Abraham Lincoln, from Thomas Jefferson, and what's his name? Benjamin Franklin had a kite with a key up there and electricity.
Yeah.
We got taught that, didn't we? We got taught that's a lie too. And here's the thing: all them cats, I just named them white cats. I just named. Actually, they was indigenous servants. Why do you think they had a revolution to be free of the English rule? Right? They wanted to be free, and they stole the Constitution that was already on this landmass. If you read the Constitution, the first thing it says is this: we the people to form a more perfect union. Only way you get to be a union if it's two. A union ain't one. It's right in the very first lines of the Constitution that it was more than one. It was two. To form a more perfect union. We don't see it. And they just start hiding us. They just start hiding us and treating us. We was making decisions, man, on this land mass. I guess it's just that, I ain't the foremost authority on none of it, but I know enough to know who I am. And I'm not gonna go back and forth with a lot of people about it. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been indoctrinated. I was indoctrinated, but I had to shake those. Get free. That's still I'm indoctrinated about that. I still go. Even in ministry, I still and I know better, right? But it's wild, man. That's the thing we got.
What another thing makes me mad to see people like LeBron and Shaq with their comments. I mean,
yeah, they was wrong, man. They was wrong.
You know what? I'm beginning to think they're being made to make these comments.
I think that they're being made to make. It's just that they have lived in a lifestyle that they want to be like the powers that be, right? So that's the easiest way to be like I told a journalist that gave that was from from overseas, came and did a podcast with me about Greenwood and Black Wall Street, and they was talking about being in our culture and how everybody go to this restaurant and eat, and more white people go in there. That's the easiest way to be a part of their culture or our culture, right? So the easiest way to be a part of their culture is do what they do and do as they ask you to do. They said Jalen Rose got on and there was a commercial. They came back from a commercial, cut a commercial off for him to say something against what took place.
But it's wild, man. And now they got us going against each other about
right. That's
this. You know what I'm saying?
That's
the job. The other night.
Let me play this Shaq. Let me play this Shaq comment.
Look,
man.
if he keeps making a big thing out of the word promotion, that is promotion. If on your social media you say, boom, here's a link to this, that tells me, hey, you should watch this. Correct? He's got 17 million Instagram followers, another 5 million or so on Twitter. You're all over social media. Do you ever put something out there, Shaq, that does not represent something that you feel?
I was probably one of the first guys on Twitter. And when I realized the power it had, I knew I had to be very responsible. Followers, platform, whatever you call it, I knew I had to be responsible. I try to make people happy. I try to make people smile. My formula has always been the same. 60% to make you laugh, 30% to inspire you, and 10% whatever I'm selling. You have to be aware of what you're doing. And you have to be aware that sometimes when you put stuff out, not everybody's gonna like it. Some people are conscious, some people are not. I could tell he's not conscious. He doesn't really care.
He is conscious. That's what makes him conscious.
That the game that we used to love and we promote, it brings people together. And it hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here to talk about stuff that divides the game. Now we got to answer for what this idiot has done.
You can turn him off now.
I stand for equality of all people. I've always been like that. Don't matter.
Shaq literally called the man an idiot, man.
So basically, I agree when he say we have to be conscious about what we say and what we put out in some aspects. However, as a black man that is playing the same sport, there should have been some kind of camaraderie that he took up for that man. You just basically threw that man to the wolves because you worried about your own self, basically, is what you said. And then he said something very powerful if you paid attention. He said that I put out things to make people happy. He is a people pleaser. People pleasers will do whatever it takes to please the person that's in front of them. Whether it be the black man, the white man, the Chinese man, whoever he's doing business with, Shaq is going to do whatever it takes to people please, because that's what I just got out. Now, on the other part of Kyrie is a human being. He does have a right to say how he feels about certain subjects. He has a right to put certain things out. Sometimes some things that we put out on social media may not be in good taste. However, for people to actually try to throw him to the wolves and make him do all these different tasks just for the sake of his job, that's not fair to him. Because if that's the case, then they need to put everybody's profiles and everybody's Twitter's accounts and everybody that works in that field, everything need to get pulled from everybody. It's not fair to throw one man against the wall. But they don't want to talk about what that guy did to those communities by taking money. I don't see him having to do anything extra to keep his job. That's not fair. It's not fair.
The whole thing is nuanced, man. It's not black and white. Like,
it's not. I agree.
My whole thing with Kyrie Irvin, the only thing is that he's dancing around it, and he's not owning it. Like, if that's how you feel, come out and say it. Make a statement.
And let the consequence fall where they may.
Right. Don't sit there and just try to put it out there. And I didn't say I endorsed it, or I didn't say I was endorsing it. I didn't say that it is. He playing word salad. You know what I'm saying? He needs to step. If you believe this enough to post it, you need to believe it enough.
You need to stand behind your comment. Yes, if you're gonna do it, you need to stand up for your comment. Right. Don't throw the rock and then hide your hand.
Right, exactly.
He ain't hid his hand, because that's why he ain't hid his hand. The people didn't suspended him.
Yep, and they didn't twisted his arm, and that's basically.
Like y'all said earlier, maybe he's very defiant. It ain't that he's defiant. He like me. I was the same way. He know. He wants you to know. That's all. I did this so you would know. This is deep because I want you to know.
I think they're just making a big spectacle about it because it's I'm just gonna put it out there. It's election season. Anytime election season, there's always some kind of controversy going on right before elections. And it doesn't matter who it's with. It's some kind of conflict that is going on to distract you from doing what you need to be doing.
Don't y'all know how many Kanye's and Kyrie Irvins that don't have a platform that they have, and people think they're crazy too? You know what I mean?
But see, I think everybody missing the big picture of what's going on here. You know what I'm
The
saying?
distractions.
It's not a distraction. It's a push to get the real truth out. At some point, we got to start telling the story
and have to take ownership.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. It ain't about that. It's about telling our story. What's our story? We don't have a story. Our story is not being told. And we need people like Kanye and Kyrie with a big platform to get it out to the masses. To get it out to the masses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It just things is fit to flip. Why do you think they come in with critical race theory? History is fit to be swapped. Listen to this.
They banned the critical race theory. It ain't even a thing yet.
Right. And so, but history is fit to be rewritten, and they know it, but they want to stay held on to what they're indoctrinated when they indoctrinated it into everybody. You know, they want to keep it, but it's time. Listen. If we can be alive 60 to 50 years from now, all of us on this panel right now, right, we can look back and say 2020 was that year that everything shifted. And stuff is still shifting, right? It ain't finished shifting, it's still shifting.
Yeah. And all Kyrie trying to do is get black people to have a conscience. We need to wake up. We the ones sleeping. He's losing all his money. Man, our issues are way bigger than that money he's losing.
Hey, I wasn't on here from the beginning. I know Jermaine lost somebody in his family. I don't know if his mother or his father, his mother or sister. Was it his mother?
Yeah, he lost his mom. Yeah,
Jermaine I want everybody to know that I'm praying with him and for him during this time of bereavement. And I believe all of us on the panel that is also. Well, we want you to know, man, because it ain't nothing like losing your mother, boy.
I reached out to him.
Yeah, you ain't grown till your mama gone. You don't grow up till your mother be taken from you. You could be 60 years old. And when that thing happens, it's all the way different. So
Jermaine, if you're watching, man, condolences to you, man. Much love, man.
We love you.
Absolutely.
Boy, man.
We love you.
I reached out to him this morning.
Cool.
And told him I'm praying for him and his family and our condolences. So yes, we all stand on one accord on that when it comes to him and his family. So we wish them nothing but strength and comfort during this time.
Yeah, but why y'all getting them guys after the group with them sharp brothers out of the group come on the program, man? Negroes, man, I tell you. You know the sports group, Brett.
Let me let this Kyrie comment. He did a post about probably get a better understanding where he is.
He's dying. Is dying. Old ways of living, the old ways of doing things.
Now he's spinning it.
It's not gonna last for too much long. I'm saying this to y'all specifically because it's important that those that understand that are aligned and what's going on around here, that y'all paying attention, because without us making a change right now and shifting our consciousness, our kids they're gonna fall victim to the system. And the system I'm talking about it's a myriad of objective topics that we follow since we were kids, which is sex, love, relationships, religion, culture, class, finance, entertainment, media, social platforms at this point. Please do not fall victim to these things that are being manipulated and controlled. Please do not. Please do not. We have so many truth tellers out here that are doing the right things, and I could point them out, but you have to have your own level of discernment once you're consciously awakened to what's really going on. And I could go on and on, but look, I have to speak in general topics because it gets too mixy. You know what I'm saying? But I hopped on here specifically to share something with y'all. My generation, the millennial generation, we got to be better. We got to be better. My millennial generation, we got to be better. We know too much of the truth. And sometimes that will put us in places where we're fearful, where we have anxiety. And in order to make an impact out here that is generationally sound, where it lasts for not just one generation, but for 7 to 10 to 20 generations now, we have to break free mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to do it but we have people out here that are willing to extend a helping hand and do it, you know? And I went live on this main page because I know that, you know, some people are going to take this as, oh man, this guy's, what is he talking about now? This guy thinks he's, and it's like, it's not even about that. I don't even have energy to give that to, or to give to that today, you know, or any point in my life. But I will tell you this, we got to be better. We have to protect our youth. We have to protect our ways of life. We have to protect the kids that are looking up to us. So my millennial generation, this is a call out to you. No, real talk.
Yeah, cause see, he see us old heads. He see us old heads. We gonna be still in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? We still in the middle. We still talking about he wrong. You know what I'm saying? All he try to do is give us a conscience of what's going on around us. We looking at it like, oh, he wrong for saying. Did he? Of course, he want to protect what he got, but it's hard to protect what you got, man. Whenever ain't nobody, because he seen what happened.
Ain't nobody protecting you.
Yeah, he seen what happened to Kaepernick. Then nobody stand with Kaepernick
at all.
And we sit in the same place. So this man actually sacrificing what he got to get the truth out. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, y'all. That man.
He's not though. Like he's putting out.
What's up, my brother?
What's up, man?
What's up, y'all?
Hey,
bro.
Right. What's up, Jermaine?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
The only thing I was saying about Kyrie, man, is that he's kind of he's putting breadcrumbs out there, and he's not.
But Brett,
if you're gonna do it, put the whole loaf out.
Brett, he's a young man. He's afraid ain't nobody gonna get behind him. That's what it is. He's scared. Ain't nobody gonna be with him on this, man. Now he losing everything he got, sacrificing what he got to try to put us in the place.
I don't think that's what he's doing. You see, the thing is, when you put out information, it's for everybody else to disseminate with their own understanding.
Right.
If I give you everything, then what is there for you to do? And that's our problem as a community. We want everything spoon-fed to us. Sometimes you got to lead a horse to water, and they got to dip their head down, and they got to drink for themselves. If I scoop it up, well, what's the point of me bringing them to the water? Hell, I might as well just get a barrel and just take them to water.
Right.
At some point, as a community, we have to start doing our own thinking, creating our own narratives. Right now, we're running off of scripts that we ain't create. We ain't create none of the scripts that we're running, that we're pre-programmed running. None of them.
Indoctrination.
We have to change that. And what Kyrie Irvin is doing, do I agree with everything he says? Hell fucking damn no. Do I agree with everything Kanye West says? I don't agree with everything everybody says, but that's the point. You're not supposed to agree with what everybody else says. You're supposed to disseminate the information yourself and come up with your own original thought. And that's what he's trying to get people to do.
Yeah.
All right. I believe in putting out information that's balanced on both sides, and then put out the clear information, and then you can make your decision. You see what I'm saying? And then if you want to go deeper and research it more, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna give you stuff out of context, or incomplete information, or a little bit, or a little of this, a little of that, and then telling you to, hey, here you go. No, it doesn't work like that.
DT, you're an educator, right?
I'm an educator.
You teach kids, right? So in your class, do you give the kids the answers to?
No, I showed them how to do it. I showed them how to find it.
Right, you show them. So what Kyrie did with that, whatever post he posted about the Hebrews to Negroes, he said, here, this is some information I found as I was doing some research on whatever he was doing research on. Here's the information. He didn't say, hey, I agree. He didn't comment.
He didn't say nothing. He just put it up there.
Comment. He didn't say, hey, I agree with this. This is some good information y'all can use. He said, Bam, this is what I found. Now, as somebody who's educated and who wants to learn or who wants to learn about that certain subject, hey, let me do my own research. Let me find out what he's talking about. Because if you're a Christian and you're into your Bible like you say you do, that should have been the first place you went to. Because if you go back, I mean, the further you go back, the darker this shit gets. And that's what nobody wants to confront that. That's why you got all these pundits on TV as shields to this shit. That's why you got Shaq coming out, you got Charles Barkley coming out, you got Shannon Sharp coming out, calling them idiots, calling them stupid, because they don't want to dig deep. They just want the surface shit.
They don't know for themselves. Jermaine,
correct. You correct, Terry. They don't know for themselves.
They don't know. They just
don't know. And they don't want to know because
because they've been living in the indoctrination for so long. He said it in the little not Kanye, but we just watched Kyrie. He said as little kids, we've been taught this way. Our religion, our finance, we've been taught. Since we've been kids, we've been taught their way, not who we are. You know, as you using your own mind, your own thought. You know what I'm saying? Like the sharpest people is in the penitentiary. You know why they're in the penitentiary? Because they sharp and they don't want them to be free. Because the government would have been overthrown long time ago. They keep black, white, whoever they may be, they keep them, locked down. What it is, listen.
But Terry, what I found interesting is they're holding, and I think a lot of this is a holdover from Kyrie with the C-19 with the jab last year. I think he been a thorn in their ass since last year. Now here he go again doing something else. So they just sick and tired of him right now. So
this isn't the NBA punishing him. This is the Nets.
No. I get that. I get that. But what I'm saying is, how is he being held accountable for something he did not create? Is not on his platform. So the platform is not being held accountable. The owner of the platform is not being held accountable. The man who created the documentary ain't being held accountable. Because if you do a Google search of the documentary, matter of fact, if you do a Google search of the creator of the documentary, you know who comes up first? Kyrie Irvin. In the first 7 taglines, Kyrie Irvin came up. I've done it. And I'm like, well, I put Ronald, whatever that guy name, I think Ronald Dalton. I typed in his name, and Kyrie Irvin came in the first 7 or 8. So I'm like,
that's an easy question to answer. Ronald, whatever, Jeff Bezos, none of them work for the Brooklyn Nets. And none of them are getting paid by the Brooklyn Nets, and none of them sign a contract with the Brooklyn Nets that they wouldn't post stuff like this. And he did.
What's wrong with what he posted? What's wrong with what he posted? Have you seen the documentary, BT?
No, I haven't.
So how can you come against what he posted? He's just trying to drive people to something knowledgeable that we can get, man. We need to wake up.
But Rob, this is bigger than the Nets. Everybody's attacking Kyrie. This ain't just the Nets. I'm talking about the press. The press started it, and then you got all the sports shows talking about. So it ain't just the Nets that's trying to humiliate and crucify this guy. It's not just the Nets. The Nets,
but the Nets are the one that ultimately can punish him financially.
Here's a caveat, and this is where everything stops, and we can even stop having this conversation about it. If the 75% of us that play in the NBA, if they would just say, "Hey, we ain't playing until Kyrie come back,"
right?
What would happen?
If Kyrie was fighting for a cause that was worth that,
you don't think it's worth that? You don't think
I don't think so.
Black people are conscious to know who they really are? Do you think
this documentary? Do you think this documentary tells us who we really are?
It's not about a documentary. It's about us. It's about us standing together for once against the system that is dragging one of us. Like if a white person came out and said something about something else, they would not get dragged the same way we get dragged. But we tend to jump on each other as soon as we say something that we don't agree with. We pile on. That's what we're talking about. If we just come together for one time, whether you agree with him or not, it's hey, this is a brother that's getting dragged through the mud unfairly, and I don't like it. Point blank. Period. You know, I agree what he stands for. If I saw somebody jumping you, and me and you disagree all the time, am I supposed to just walk away and just say, "Shit, fuck BT"? I disagree with him all the time.
All right, but all right. What if I just got through spitting on his daughter's face, and then he started jumping me? You gonna come to my rescue then? No, you can't.
If 30 people start jumping you, I don't care what you did. If 30 people start jumping you, I'm gonna help you because you my brother. If that's the mindset, if we don't have that mindset, then we done as a community. And I feel
Brett,
like
you can't beat that, Brett. You can't beat that.
No.
Beat that.
See, that's our problem right now. We back up too much foolishness, and then we don't stand for the righteousness. That's what that's our problem.
So you think what Kyrie doing is foolishness?
I'm not saying it's foolishness. I'm not, but what I'm saying is I'm not going to put everything on the line for this for this documentary.
Right, you're not putting nothing on the line. He's putting stuff on the line.
Brett,
if he wants to do that, God bless him. That's all I'm saying.
He can just easily say, "I'm gonna shut up and dribble," like they
Rob,
told us to do.
I tell you what, if you spit in somebody's face and 30 people jump, 30, 40 people jump on you, I'm jumping in to help you, and we'll figure out the damn shit why you spit on that motherfucker later. After I get you out of that scrub, we'll figure out that later.
But man, we ain't gotta get into all these silly analysis about stuff like that.
It's not really.
To me, I think it's silly because we know what Kyrie trying to do. No, but a lot of us ain't gonna get it.
But you conflating my point. My point is, I'm not going to sit there and let you.
I'm saying you're right. You're right. I agree with what you're saying. What I'm saying is, we keep saying, "Well, what if?" No, we know what Kyrie trying to do. He's trying to give people a conscience of who we are. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to drive people to something that maybe give you a conscience of. Wake you up and say, "Wow, you're right."
But some people ain't even ready for that. So
they might not be. Yeah, they might not be ready for that. But it does spark a conversation.
Or it might not all be accurate.
And if it might not all be accurate, then go research it.
All right, give me time. All right, give me time. Until then, I'm not gonna put my neck on the line for him. I'm not gonna.
I got a question. I have a question. Do you think that they are? Do you think it's because of the content, or it's just the fact that he posted something that went against that? Hold on, that went against his contract. Do you think it's the content, or is it just because he posted something on social media that went against his contract?
It's the content, because
it's definitely the content.
If you follow Kyrie, he posts a whole lot of shit.
Yes.
I mean, he been posting about the flat Earth for what, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. The flat Earth, that shit ain't getting them flagged and in trouble with the damn nets about that shit. And everybody and their mama disagree with the flat Earth theory.
Right. But what if he right?
And then my other question is would be, everybody is in an uproar, but we still don't know the contents of his contract and what he was supposed to post and not be able to post while working for the Brooklyn Nets.
Here's the thing, Latina. Kyrie is basically saying, the hell with the contract. My people mean more than this contract.
I get that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is
that at all.
I understand what you're saying, Rob. But what I'm saying is that's just like any of us, if we're working under a company or someone and we signed a particular contract and they have a social media policy about what you are able to post or what you're not able to post. I'm not saying what he posted was wrong or right. What I'm saying is if he went against his own contract, then the consequences and repercussions is what he is experiencing. Now, as far as what you're saying, Rob, you're saying that yes, it's okay for him to say what he said because it's going to spark conversation and bring people to a level of consciousness. And just like Jermaine said, we all have to discern information for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I could put it out there, but that don't mean you have to believe nothing I just said.
Okay.
So you could go Google. Hold on. Let me finish my point. So you could go Google. You could go to the library and read up. You can do whatever you need to get the sources that you need to either agree with what I said or disagree with what I said. But the point is, you took the time to research for yourself.
All right. This is my.
And that's why he didn't put no context with what he posted. He just posted a video.
And I understand that.
That's on Jeff Bezos' platform.
Okay.
Ain't nobody coming up against Jeff Bezos.
I understand that. You're right.
This is where Kyrie lost me. This is where he lost me when he apologized. Well, if nothing was wrong with the content or if nothing was wrong with what he did, what you apologizing for? All right, either stand up and be counted for what you did, or fall back. Make a decision.
But did he apologize? Because they still looking for. And why are they still looking for an apology?
Because he apologized via print.
Stacey Abrams
for his apology.
Stacey Abrams is up so far.
They got a lot of counting to do, so they're gonna be a long thing, man.
All right, so
it'll be all night.
They didn't like it. And what was it? The ADL, and he donated what? He donated what? $500,000 to the ADL. And they rejected it, and then so now he will come with apology. Get off the gas. That doesn't even align. That doesn't even align. That's just up and down. He's feeling. I mean, he's sticking his finger in the wind. I mean, how can I respect that?
Do you think it's a publicist move, or you think it's something that he was sincere about?
I don't think he was 100% sincere about it.
No, he's trying to get a message out and hold on to his money. You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't work like that, man.
Come on.
Well, you know how it goes. It's damage control.
Did Kaepernick ever apologize to the troops like people said that he should have? He never did that.
Brett, just a little bit different though, Brett.
I'm surprised Stephen A. came to it.
But you know what Kaepernick did do? He's still trying to get in the fucking NFL, which he said was a slave plantation.
Yeah.
Let me play Stephen A.
Stephen A. Your thoughts on this potential appeal?
I 1000% agree with Jaylen Brown. I stand with him. And I know that's saying a lot because we know how critical I can be and have been of Kyrie Irvin. But this is excessive. The fact of the matter is that right now you're engaging in emasculation based on the reports about how the Nets have a checklist of things that they need Kyrie Irvin to do. Okay, now be clear, Tim Legler. He brought it on himself. I'm fully knowledgeable about that. Him putting out a tweet, supporting a film with anti-Semitic tropes and stuff like that was inexcusable. It was insensitive. It was juvenile. It was stupid. Okay. And the kind of heat that he's brought upon himself thus far is self-inflicted and largely, if not entirely, of his own volition. So he deserves it. But now you're going a step too far. Okay. The man apologized. All right. He's been suspended. And that
should be it.
Right there.
That should be it.
It should be it.
That should be it. He shouldn't have to do no 6-7 things to for them to pay his contract.
Have to make. Do you want him on your team? Do you keep him on the rest of the year? Or you can
they cut him out when he was about to get into it.
Home and you have to pay him unless you trade him. It's that simple. But to sit up there and to have these lists of conditions that he has to do, I think what you're trying to do is elevate the level of embarrassment that is being thrown in his direction and, dare I say, emasculate him, which is why Jaylen Brown has spoken up, which is why black people are going to raise holy hell about that, and which is why I'm going to be one of those folks leading the chorus to raise holy hell about that. Leave a man alone. Keep him on a team or let him go. Suspend him, bring him back. But when you start talking about, well, he needs training and all of that, wait a minute now. The fact of the matter is he apologized. He acknowledged, albeit a bit too late as far as I'm concerned, He still apologized, acknowledged that he's not anti-Semitic, okay, that he made a mistake in putting the film out there. Okay, of course, when the owner reaches out to you, you should respect this man that's paying you and reach back out to him. Of course, Joe Tsai should demand, we have to meet and have a conversation before I let you back on this team. That is reasonable. That is understandable. But to then try to articulate that he needs to go through sensitivity training and all of this other stuff, now you really digging it in. It's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. If the Anti-Defamation League wants to raise holy hell about that, and they want that, and they request that of Kyrie Irvin, that's between them and Kyrie Irvin. Last time I recall, Joe Tsai is not Jewish. Joe Tsai is an owner for the Brooklyn Nets. You want him on the team or you don't. But to sit there and highlight and articulate these processes that he must go through, it seems to be a bit pouring on. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. It's a bit excessive. And that's what I wanted to say about it. Go ahead, Tim.
Absolutely. And he had a right to stand up for him. I think it is excessive.
Well, I foresee Stephen A. Smith coming out and apologizing in the next couple of days.
Apologizing for what?
For what he just said.
Nah, man.
Yeah, that statement gonna piss some people off. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. Hey, they made.
You think so? You think so, Jermaine?
They made Jalen Rose apologize mid filming of Countdown last week.
Well, not for this. That was for the Emmy Udoka thing. Completely different.
Let's not act like they won't do it.
Man, you got Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene. They post racist stuff all the time for people known racist. Ain't nobody got them. You got to apologize to because you offended black people. Ain't nobody making them apologize to nothing.
Don't nobody, ain't nobody coming after YouTube. You can be on YouTube, nigga all day long, and don't nobody.
Now Twitter too.
The problem they have with Kyrie, he's trying to awaken people to the truth. And people
here's the thing.
People do not want black people to know the truth about who they are, because if you know who you are, you'll change your conditions. And
well, if they have all these standards for social media that they call they social standards, then why did it ever come to light?
And that's why Kyrie...
It should have been stopped at the gate. It shouldn't even...
That's why Kyrie calling on his generation. Because he know our generation, we old. We indoctrinate too much.
What I'm saying is...
You can't see the forest for the trees.
What I'm saying is, as much as they like to put people in much as they like to put people in social media jail all the time, that if that was so offensive, then it shouldn't have never made it past they quote unquote social standard people that watch social media all day. That's their job. So it shouldn't have even made it out.
Twitter don't give a damn one way or another.
Apparently, that you sure right about it. Now that we know,
they don't give a damn.
I think
you know why? Because
that's why I don't use. I have a Twitter account that I open, and I'll probably use it the first 5 days, and I haven't used it since.
This is what's happening is what they want, and good gonna come out of this. Really, to be honest with you, because more people gonna. Don't you know that's the #1 selling movie in the world on Amazon Prime? The #1.
Hey man, I mean. What Kyrie trying to do is trying to play both sides of the fence. He's trying to dip his toe into the pool without getting in. But if you want to make a splash, you want to change the world, you gotta have to get wet, partner. You can't stay dry and with all your contract money up here and then still try to spit the truth and educate folks. No, you gotta make a decision. Get off the fence.
You know what's funny? The same people that's telling Kyrie to shut the hell up probably be telling Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, they walk the walk.
No,
Dave Chappelle walk the walk.
They play ball and talk too. So basically, you telling Kyrie to shut up and dribble. That's
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying either dribble or shut up. You know what I'm saying? Either walk or shut up.
Now that's a word salad for your ass, Robert.
No. Muhammad Ali lost millions of dollars about with his stance. Kaepernick lost millions of dollars. Dave Chappelle left $50 million because he didn't want to. He wanted to buck the system. He left that on the table. Kyrie don't want to leave his money off the table.
Dave Chappelle
Rob, what's the next subject tonight?
Dave
Let's move
Chappelle
on.
didn't lose no money. He walked away from it. It's a difference.
No, it's not. No, it ain't. He sacrificed
Terry
that
want to
money.
say something. What you
I'm
say,
gonna give
Terry?
y'all some real game. I'm gonna give y'all some real game. Brett, when you say prognosticators say he have lost money, he ain't lost them because he never got it. That's the way they thinking. They thinking it's money and it's value. The money is more valuable than not knowledge. It never will be, right? We Ali's and all those people that went before us, it wasn't about the money with them. It's not about the money.
You're right. It wasn't with them.
Brett, that man got enough money to take care of me and you and 5 generations from now on.
All right, Backus, why are you apologizing? Why are you apologizing?
Because
we got another topic.
He's still young, Brett. Listen,
He apologized. He apologized on Twitter or whatever he did because he was hoping that shit would just go the fuck away. Just say, all right, y'all shut the fuck up, leave this shit alone. I didn't apologize. Y'all shut the fuck up. But no, they didn't want to do. They like Stephen A. said, which I don't agree with. I rarely agree with him, but they're trying to emasculate him in public. Right. Because an apology is apology, no matter where you fuck. He put it out on a platform. So why his apology can't go out on the same platform? Why I got to hear him say it? He didn't say nothing about the film. He put it on his platform. So
it ain't the money, Brett. It ain't the money that y'all the people count the money. It ain't about the money. It's way past the money because that shit gonna go away here shortly any goddamn way. You know what I'm saying?
If they really wanted to get deep in it, then we can talk about why the ish is on the end of the other word. Because if you know what ish mean, when you add ish to a word, you know it means characteristic of, like. Right. So why I got to be ish if you are the true ooze?
Right.
Get what I'm saying? But no, they don't want to have that conversation.
No,
they don't. That's why they don't want the conversation. They don't want
that conversation. Yeah,
because I
respected the hell out of Kyrie. I respected the hell out of Kyrie with the when he sat out for the vaccine mandate, because I said, man, if he caves to it like Andrew Wiggins did, then he's all about that money, and he took it. He lost that money and didn't play those games and sat out. I said, okay, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But as soon as he apologized, I was done. Why you apologizing for something you believe in?
Because Brett, go away, bro.
The damage is he accomplished what he wanted to, Brett.
No, you don't compromise. He
put the movie out so people can see. Now the controversy
he compromising the truth, because if that movie the truth, he shouldn't have to apologize.
Yeah, but Brett, what if he just not coming into the knowledge of it and just not learning it and just be green with what, he's not a seasoned. He real young. I'm 60 years old in January. When I was 30, I didn't know every goddamn thing, right? I don't know everything now, right? But, like they say, by and by, I get to know it. So he put an actor just to say, okay, let's just see how this going to go. You know what I mean? And now it's coming back, like, not to haunt him, but he just apologized, hey, okay, just, to raise up off of me.
Yeah, get up off my back.
How many racist folk apologize? They ain't really mean it. Come on now. Just because he apologized verbally.
He don't have to.
I don't respect them either, Rob.
He don't have to believe in that, Brett. He didn't say he believed that. He's an anti-Semitic, whatever, however you say. I can't even say the fucking word, but you know what I'm saying.
Because
he's anti-Jewish.
Because like he said, I can't be anti-me.
Right, because we are the Hebrews. Whether we Muskogee Creek, Cherokee, we was already here living, man. Watch this. I seen something today, man, on the internet, blew my mind. The oldest church that was black church that they formed that was with Christianity, and when they wrote everything on the pews, it was all written in Hebrew. They had to learn English. They learned English. Don't act like they was already. Look, they learned English. Man, there was tablets found in Ohio and Indiana that had Hebrew writings on it by indigenous black folk already on this landmass. So, they don't want you to know this stuff.
They don't.
Thing to YouTube. This Pastor here with another video.
Niggas to Negroes, niggas to Hebrews.
About so-called African American, about who we really are, and the Bible has a lot of in-depth details when you do not read it through a European lens. But what I really came on here today for is this book that I found. Man, I'm grateful to the Most High Yah that I found this book. The title of this book is called "From Hebrews to Negroes" by Ron Dalton Jr. Very intriguing book. Has a lot of in-depth information about who we really are. And this is not something you just put together, just throw it together. This writer, this filmmaker, Ron Dalton, has put a lot of in-depth, detailed facts from across the world, from across the globe. This book is not based on opinions; it's based on facts. And as a pastor, I got the book and I've been reading the book and I said, man, if the so-called Negroes only really knew the truth and the value that the Most High has given them, and the love and the, because sometimes even as a pastor, I thought I was always told that the true Israelites was white, and the people over at the land of so-called land of Israel now was Jews. But I often found myself wondering, where's the other 11 tribes? Jew supposed to stand for Judah. But this book tells me something different. I'm telling you guys, please get this book, get a copy of this book, keep it. I'm sure it won't be on the shelf long. And the YouTube may even take this down for it get up good. But I'm telling you, this is in-depth information. This book is called From Hebrews to Negroes by Ron Dalton Jr. Get this book. It'll change your life. It'll change your world. It'll give you information. Listen, it's a good, if you want to know your history, your culture, your original language, where you come from, this is the book you need. Because so-called Negroes do not know where they're from, do not know where they come from. We've been called African American, Negro, nigger, coon, Afro American. But what if I told you that you and I are the original Israelites? We have offsprings of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I always knew, my grandfather told us that Jesus wasn't white. And I don't know how we especially as black people, much as we go to church, can read this Bible and miss Revelations chapter 1, started around about 13 verse, what talks about his hair like lamb wool and his skin is burnt as though it's been in the oven, like furnished brass. So we have to. I'm looking for one thing. I'm looking for truth. And if you're a truth seeker, get this book, From Hebrews to Negroes by Ron Dalton Jr. Has a lot of information, detailed. Listen, no opinionated. I don't work on opinions or emotions, only facts. Get this book. Also, get this book to go with it by Rudolph Windsor, From Babylon to Timbuktu. You want to find out who you are? Get these.
So that was all about, Brett. The man trying to do his all he can do to help awaken us, man. You know what I'm saying? All this other stuff with NBA, this ain't got nothing to do with the NBA.
You think that pastor going? You think that pastor going to apologize?
If YouTube
in a couple of days,
if YouTube was going to take his video down, it wasn't going to be for that. It's going to be because he ain't said shit. But shit. Now that's what you call promoting. Now what Kyrie did, that ain't got shit on what this dude just did. He promoted the hell out of that damn book. So they keep saying Kyrie was promoting the book. Kyrie ain't promote shit. That motherfucker promoted.
Shit. But yet,
not dragging him though.
Yet and still, he decided to apologize. I don't get it. It doesn't compute.
Brett, you got to look beyond that, Brett. You can't see the forest for the trees, bro.
You're right.
Man.
And you my guy, man.
Acting like Shannon Sharp right now.
No, because what that tells me is that he really doesn't believe in what he posted.
So why he posted, Brett? Why did
I don't know. I think he was trying to play. He was trying to tiptoe, play both sides of the fence.
No, he's trying to drive you to something knowledgeable that you might be interested in, that might enlighten you. That's all.
There's better ways to do that.
You don't think he knew it was going to be a cost to this?
No.
And that's why in the video that I posted that he went on his live, he said his generation gonna have to change it. No, he know people like you ain't gonna never change. You ain't gonna never you indoctrinated. People like me, people like me and you, we so deep indoctrinated with this shit, man. Ron. You talking about the NBA, why he apologized. Don't worry about why he apologized.
Hey, Rob, okay, let me tell you something. I can read that book. I can read that.
What he needed to do.
I can read that book from Hebrews to Negroes and be completely sold and believe every word in there. But it's still that's going to make me that would make me be more angry at Kyrie Irving for apologizing for that. Why?
But he made you read the book. Why would you be angry at? He made you read something
because if we both read the same book and got the same thing out of it, why are you apologizing for it then?
Because he's a multimillionaire and your ass ain't.
Oh, so now it's about the money. That's what it is. That's what I'm trying to get. He's trying to protect his money.
It's about his platform. He has millions of followers. You don't.
I understand that. So he's trying to protect his followers? Is that what he's trying to do?
No, because
have y'all posed clothes on your side yet?
Make it make sense, like y'all like to say.
Yeah, I'll post clothes at 7 o'clock. Each step time. Brett, you missing you can't see, like I say, Brett, you can't see the forest for the trees, man. Because
so it's gonna be a red wave tonight, ain't it?
Okay, right. Okay. Let me tell you something. I'm not upset at Kanye West for because of White Lives Matter, because of the actual statement. I'm saying I'm upset with him because by saying White Lives Matter, you're saying Black Lives Matter, and police brutality really isn't a significant thing to talk about. It's not about the actual content. It's about the message that you're sending out. And when you apologize for something that you believed in, the message you're sending me is that you're really not believing what you're putting out there. You're basically just looking for attention, like Kanye. And a lot of people argue saying that Kyrie would have never put this up there if Kanye didn't go through what he went through. So is he attention seeking?
Yeah. He trying to get the attention on that movie. He trying to drive people to that movie. Yeah, he's attention seeking. So what? I apologize, but Hebrews and Negro is a thing now. Everybody won't know what Hebrews and Negro is now. That's the only thing he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll come back and apologize, but it's not. We know it's not sincere, because if it was sincere, he would have never did it. You don't think Kyrie knew the backlash behind this? So I'm gonna go out and apologize. But now, see, and they know he's not sincere with the apology. That's why they're trying to give so many conditions. So they're trying to butt break him now. For LeBron and all these other cats.
Okay, by butt breaking him. Are they trying to get a sincere apology out of him, or are they just trying to get him back in line?
Yes. Negro, you stepped out of line. Okay, you got a little knowledge. You know a little about history or whatever, but get your ass back in line.
LeBron James, he endorsed Warnock out of Atlanta, Georgia. How can he endorse somebody he's not even in that same district that he's in? How do that work?
LeBron James came out and said what Kyrie did was hurtful. That motherfucker probably ain't even watched the damn shit. Everybody, matter of fact, all these pundits that's talking about it probably have never even watched that or read the book. They just doing what they're told.
I'm telling you, today on Twitter, I asked Kyrie to come to Greenwood, come to Tulsa, Black Wall Street, come, let's talk, let's have dialogue. I told my Muskogee Creek Indian, come on up, let's have dialogue and let's talk. We ain't got to talk about Hebrews and Negro. We can talk about anything else. You know what I mean? Just come on to Black Wall Street. I did on Twitter.
He not gonna do that, Backus.
How'd you know?
Because he only want his toe in the water. He ain't trying to swim.
Brett, I can't believe you doing this, Brett.
Why?
I can't believe you talking like this, man.
I'm calling out. Let me tell you something. I've watched athletes and entertainers actually put their careers on the line for what they believe in. This is not what he's doing.
You don't think his career on the line?
No.
Hey, but he calling him out, but he good with Kaepernick.
I'm good for Kaepernick.
What did Kaepernick put on the line? Because he was already a backup quarterback at the time. He was already declining in talent, and then turn around and took money from Nike to make that commercial, and then turn around and sued the NFL, and then turn around and said, "Oh, the NFL is a slave plantation," and then turn around and say, "Hey, can I have a job? Hey, I need this workout. I'm working out for y'all. I'm showing off. I'm gonna put myself in the slave auction so y'all can see me work out, so I can get back onto the slave plantation." So what you got to say about Kaepernick?
Okay, what I got to say about that? He never made a deal. He never apologized to nobody. He never made a deal to not to kneel. He never made a deal to calm down or walk or get in line or follow exactly what they say. He's not. He his own man making his own decision. So I'm good with that.
Kaepernick say anything?
Huh?
When the last time you heard Kaepernick say anything?
It's been a year or so.
Did yes or true or false? Did Kaepernick try to get back into the NFL?
Wow, I didn't know. Mimic odds getting destroyed.
Well, it's just 7% in though. So
okay, all right.
True or false? Did he try to get back in the NFL?
Yeah, he did.
Did he take money from Nike?
Yes, on his terms.
Did he win a lawsuit? Did he win a lawsuit from the NFL?
Yep, all on his terms.
So if I sue a company, how can I expect to get a job from said company?
Believe it or not, it happens.
How does that work?
Believe it or not, it happens. That's why you have unions. But what I'm saying is, what my point is this: he never took a step back at all. Kyrie took 5 steps back. You
just said you ain't heard shit from Kaepernick in a year or so.
I mean, it's obvious. What
Black Lives Matter still going. So when Kanye put out the White Lives Matter, why Kaepernick, who was the leading front runner for Black Lives Matter, why he
was Kaepernick really in front of Black Lives Matter? Come on, man.
He was one of the biggest celebrities
No, that's not true. That's a false.
He wasn't one of the biggest celebrities.
No, because he had nothing to do with Black Lives Matter.
I didn't say he was part of the organization. I was talking about he was the biggest one saying Black Lives Matter.
He wasn't even screaming Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
He wasn't even doing that.
Okay. All right.
I'm an independent.
Let me tell you something. Kaepernick is a lone wolf. He wasn't down to. You remember the coalition that the NFL, the black players, they came up with? He wouldn't even work with them. You know who I'm talking about? The coalition. Yeah, I was critical of that he wasn't working with them. I was critical of him on that.
Who was Charleston White riding with, I wonder? We got to get Charleston White on the show, man.
Nah, man, no.
We good on that.
Nah, we good.
Why? Charleston White.
The Charleston White.
says he
Tell
says
him
a
to
lot
come
of
up
good
there
things.
to Black
He
Wall
said
Street. I'm
he
gonna come up
said
to
he says a lot of good things, but his ignorance and foolishness, that stank is too hard to rub off.
Hey Terry, I'll be in Tulsa in February.
You will.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Don't you live in Oklahoma City?
Yeah, I live in Dale City, which is basically Oklahoma City.
You just on the other side of 10th, Southeast 10th.
Yeah, I'm just over here. I'm just like 10 minutes from downtown, 15 minutes
I know where you at. Used to be
from
a titty joint.
OKC.
Used to be a titty joint right there off the highway.
Listen, that's too much information. They ain't got nothing to do with what I was just saying. How disrespectful.
I'm just
Let me play the last
I
video.
mean,
Let me play the last
we
video.
had a chance to
No,
hang out
man.
in 2016 when you represented America, when you represented the red, white, and blue. You only want to be treated fair. I was going to post something on one of my social media pages, but I decided to do it the old school way and read it out to you because you're a great person, great father, great athlete, and you believe what you believe. America is the land of the free. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and supposedly freedom to choose. Never be controlled by money. I respect you for having some integrity and being your own man. A free mind makes its own choices, and a slave mind follows the crowd. Stand for something or fall for anything. One man can lead a revolution to stand up and fight for what's right. One choice, one word, one action can change the world. It's crazy how people hate you for being a leader. I hope your actions encourage many others to stand up and say enough is enough. Respect to you, Kyrie, and power to the people.
I never thought I'd see our leaders, people leading the charge, to be Kyrie and Monty Mayweather. People leading the charge on giving black people a conscience. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie and Monty Mayweather. You know what I'm saying?
Brett, you thought he couldn't read, didn't you, Brett?
No, man.
Brett,
I never jumped on that train. I never jumped on that train with Mayweather.
He was real tickling in that, man. You know what I'm saying?
That was just 50 Cent.
I don't know how many times he rehearsed it, but
that was
See,
Don't do that. Don't do that, Rob. Don't do that.
I'm just saying he was real tickling, and I believe he was sincere about what he said, man. Because I felt it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of respect for these brothers, man, out here trying to lead the charge, use their platform to make my life and my kids' generation life better.
So okay, let me ask you something.
Conscience.
All right, let me ask you something. How come there's nobody backing up Kyrie besides Mayweather?
It's a lot of people out there backing us. John Sally had some good things to say.
John Sally is I'm talking about current NBA players. How about current NBA players?
Because they're afraid, Brett. They're afraid.
They
scared. Is that what it is?
And of course.
They wasn't scared to talk about police brutality in the bubble, was they? They wasn't scared after George Floyd. They wasn't scared.
Because that was the climate at the time. Everybody was talking about that. But as soon as they were going to boycott that game, Barack Obama came in and said, "Yeah, y'all probably shouldn't do that." They came right back out and did it.
They boycotted.
They stood out one night, bro.
Okay.
They were going to sit out the whole bubble. They were going to sit out the whole bubble.
I don't know where you got that from.
What do you mean? That's what they said.
No, they
Said
didn't.
we're not going to play in the bubble.
Y'all men are funny. Y'all are too funny.
Aren't they funny?
Y'all just too funny to me.
Listen, though. They're afraid, Brett.
Brett, you gotta do better, man.
Listen, here's the thing, Brett. It's always just one. It's never a whole bunch. It's always just one. It was one Ali, right?
Backers, I know you remember Chris Jackson, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Right. It was one of him.
When he got suspended, did he apologize? No. He said the flag represented tyranny and oppression. And what they did to him was tyrannous and oppressive.
Brett. Like I said, a young man could be confused in some things. He's young. This is some deep shit. This ain't no regular old, Black Lives Matter shit. This is some big shit. Hebrews to Negroes. This is some shit about who the Jews they've been faking all the time. Listen, the scripture tells us that if Israel, right? If you back Israel, the scripture said the Most High will back you. So that's the game they've been playing for so long, saying that they are the true Israelites, and really they're not. The one that's in power is being the Jewish people, like that dude say, from the tribe of Judah, right? They're not. That's not who they are, right? But because
they're Khazars.
Right.
Let's just go ahead and put that out there.
Right. They come up out of Germany and out of Russia, right? And they came, and they took when everything happened, but about 10 years ago that they might have been more than 10, about 20 years ago, they celebrated Jubilee as being a nation for 50 years. They just got established as being a nation just less than 60 years ago, right? But right at 60 years ago. So there's a lot in world government and world economics just backing these people, and they don't want to lose what they have. They just control. They just got power, right? They don't care if I say it because I don't have a platform big enough. I wish I had a platform big enough to say it, but I'm gonna say it.
But
Rob,
if you know the history, and I was hoping the pastor was going to come on and what he was saying was going to kind of break down. But if you know the history of the Moors, the Arabs, and the Khazars who fought 100-year war in 642, because I've studied some of this stuff under some teachers and some of the elders that I used to come up under. And the reasons the Khazars ultimately won is because the Moors turned on themselves. They turned on themselves. And the same playbook being played right now is us turning on each other. That's how we lose all the time.
Exactly.
Turn on each other. We don't never stick together. It's always a few of them that they're gonna put in place to say, all right, hold the niggas back. Hold the niggas back.
Facts.
Boy. You know I could go off on this.
So you telling
me I could go off on this.
You telling me the history is not correct? You telling me the history is not correct?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. But, but you got a lot of gall. You throwing stones in a house that's made out of plexiglass. You know what I'm saying?
Break it down.
Talk about how we turn on ourselves. You're the same guy. Y'all think Raphael Warnock isn't for reparations, so you throw him in the trash.
Bro, why are you going to politics? You talking about politics. This ain't got nothing to do with politics.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing. You want to turn something just because it's election night, you can't turn this into politics because niggas all the fucking time. You can have same with the Black Panthers. What happened with the Black Panthers? They got infiltrated and they got infiltrated. Right. Exactly. So so don't turn it political because it's election night. This ain't got shit to do with Warnock getting his ass kicked. It ain't got shit to do with Abrams about to get his ass kicked. It ain't about this grand game that's gonna happen like I predicted 2 years ago. It ain't got shit to do. It got something to do with niggas sticking together, and we don't ever stick together.
Jermaine, you're right. We don't. There's reasons for that. Jermaine, there's reasons for that. We don't want to fall in line. That's our problems.
We don't want
to. Wait a minute. Who we don't fall in line with? Who are we supposed to fall in line with?
With the people that's leading.
Who's leading? Who's leading? Who's leading?
How about guys like Dr. Umar Johnson? Is he not leading?
This nigga can't build a school. How he leading something?
Bam! Not falling in line. Exactly.
I'm just saying,
What about like Dr. Boyce
tonight?
Huh? What about Dr. Boyce Watkins on financial freedom, on financial education?
When he put out shit, y'all nitpick on the shit that he put out. So next, he can put out some good shit. Go down the list. He put out some good shit, and then he'll put out some shit that y'all don't agree with. And you're like, oh, fuck Dr. Boyce Watkins. Fuck him.
Jermaine, going again. Here's the mirror, Jermaine. Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Can you see yourself?
Throw it back at me. Come on.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know who we're supposed to be falling in line with.
this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I
Don't
mean,
fall in line with the leader.
we're never gonna get we can't keep our eyes on the prize because we stop to fight with each other.
We never. You know why? Because
That's the
every
point
other
he's
group
making, Brett.
don't need a fucking damn leader. What fucking damn other group does an Asian group have a fucking leader? No.
Who they falling in line with?
Because they fall in line. That's why.
With who?
With them.
They fall in line with
Jews.
each other.
You think Jews don't fall in line?
They fall in line with each other.
Exactly. We don't.
We've been that's what I just finished saying, and you saying that's bullshit.
I didn't say
Y'all
we don't
saying the
fall in
same
line.
thing, but in a different way. You
Y'all
know what I'm
crazy.
saying? Y'all come back with each
Latina,
other.
I tell you that he make my head hurt.
Okay, let me
Made
tell
my
you.
head hurt too because I was still trying. I was still stuck on who I was supposed to be falling in line with.
All right. See, okay, Dr.
But y'all both
Umar.
just said the same thing. Y'all just gave it a different perspective.
Okay. There's so many balls that need to be ran with in our community. The education ball. And that's Dr. Umar. He got that ball. Let him run with it and meet us at the promised land. Financial education. Let Boyce Watkins run with it. Okay, whatever you bring, whatever ball you find yourself behind, run with it, and then meet us there. Don't stop and fight with us. Don't stop and fight.
Why does Umar get the ball for education? Because there's other people out here who are doing more than Umar is doing for education.
So basically, what you're saying, BT, is
you don't have to follow him. Well, then blaze your trail. Then that's all I'm saying.
So basically, what you're saying is, if there is a leader, we need to fall behind the leader. Is that what you're saying, basically?
No, that's not basically what I'm saying. Either from the movie Idiocracy, either lead, follow, or get out the way. That's what I'm telling you to do. Lead, follow, or get out the way.
Well, if I'm leading, I can't fall in line.
If you can't lead, then lead. If you can't follow,
if I'm leading, then ain't no falling in line. That means you need to follow me.
All right. Let's go. What you got?
That's all I say. I'm just giving you what you gave out.
Oh man.
Y'all crazy.
I thought if anybody would understand what's going on, it would be Brett. You know what I'm saying?
He understands. BT just got his own version of how he want to bring the information. But the good thing about this panel is we all got our own perspective of how we see things, and basically once again we back to sparking the conversation. So even though Jermaine and BT both said the same thing, they just brought it both different perspectives of how the information that they was bringing, because they both said the same thing in less than 10 minutes. I was listening.
No, BT is Funk Master Flex. He remixed my shit.
He remixed it. He really did. He remixed it so cool and crisp.
No.
Hey, y'all know 6 years ago, watch this. 6 years ago, when Trump was elected president, my children, in time and perspective, because I got young kids, that was the first time they ever witnessed a white president in the United States. My kids grew up with Barack Obama being president for 8 years, right?
Oh, wow.
And then,
Poor kids.
Poor kids, yeah. But I'm just saying, as a black president, all they ever knew was a black president.
Black parent, yes.
As a black president was Barack Obama. Then when Trump became president, that was the first time they ever seen a white president. They only knew of a black president.
That's some serious history right there.
Like, and watch this. You know how easy it was for my kids to learn about Obama because it sounds so much like mama.
Yep.
So go ahead.
Did y'all hear?
Well, not only that, they seen somebody that looked like them.
Right.
Regardless of what he did when he was in there.
Right.
The kids don't see color.
They came back up. Reason I said that, they came back up my timeline today. So
in the aspect
6 years ago, That's what I posted on the internet.
Hey, y'all, boy. I see why they brung Obama out to do all this campaigning, because they can't leave Biden alone by himself without him saying some effed up stuff.
Oh my God,
He was at HBCUs and he said, "You're just as smart, just as bright, and you're just as good
that
as any other
justice.
college in America."
That's that justice, and that's what women hear all the time. Oh, you just as good, and you just as
Right.
good as your male counterpart. No, I'm just better than him.
Right.
Jermaine, you ran Brett off, man.
Jermaine, man, you is
Brett
too
up
funny. BT didn't
scratching,
ran off again.
Now BT going to look at some political shit.
Yeah, then he gonna come back and want to fight again.
He going to look at some political. I bet you.
Oh man, my God, BT.
Nah, I'm glad you came on
love.
tonight, Jermaine. We're
Yeah.
glad you came on. I know you're going through some tough times, so brother, we all in solidarity with you.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you on
Yeah.
here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good. People been asking me,
BT, you back? You got to go check the polls.
they've been asking me am I good, and when I tell them I'm good, they're like, "Are you sure you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Me and my siblings, my mom had thousands of pictures, man. Like when her and my dad were young, when we were young, and stuff like that, with the grandkids and stuff like that, and we just laughed. And it's like, you can't be sad. It's like we just grateful that we had, that time to spend with her and stuff like that. So that's kind of the perspective I've been taking with it. So
that's all good.
Yeah, I remember I lost my mother 4 years ago, man. It was I mean, for me, that was the moment I grew up. You know what I mean? Even though I was grown, 55 years old, at that very, I got siblings and stuff. It was like I was an orphan, right? It was like my dad gone, now my mom gone. It's like ain't nobody. I'm by myself. Even though I got brothers and sisters, I'm by myself, man. I guess that's just how I look at it, But I want you to, man, just make it as normal as possible, man. As your journey from here on, like I go by my mother's house every day. I got a sister there, and she, and that's all she knows is that house. And so I go back there and try to make it as normal for her, as normal for me. That's what I did. You know what I mean? And so that's the new normal now. All that what happened in 2020.
Right.
From here on out, man, that's the new normal for you. For whatever you do, just try to make it as normal as possible, man. And I mean, it's something that is always gonna be a void there, no matter what. And they say it get better as time goes along, but I mean, there's times, man, I just break down and I be crying about stuff. It's because my mother, like my dad. I was real young, 18. So, like, he died when I was 60. I'm 60 now. So, but I used to always laugh, even in my sleep, about my dad. Every now and then I would cry, but I would laugh and different stuff, man. But that thing there, man, that's just a whole nother thing, man. That's a whole nother. It's just all the way different. It's different from anything you'll ever experience in the world.
Yeah.
It's losing your mom, man. Man, Terry with you, man. I'm praying with you and for you, man. I seen that, man. I said, that's his mother when he was a little boy. He was a little bitty kid, wasn't you? Yeah.
Well, I just want you to know that your grief journey is yours, and don't allow anyone to tell you how and when
Right.
to grieve.
Breathe.
However you choose to, whether it be crying, whether it be laughing, whether
Right.
it be screaming, whether it be anger, whatever your emotions is, feel your emotions and deal with your grief in the best way that you know how.
Yeah,
And don't
breathe.
allow anyone else to tell you how to do
Yeah.
that.
Don't hold
Because
back.
the
Don't hold
problem
that thing back.
is
Let that thing go.
we project we project our feelings onto other people and how we feel like they should be during their time of grief. And actually what we do is put more on top of them than they actually need.
Yeah.
And so allow it to be your journey. Even if you have to write it out, your feelings, if you want to scream, cry, yell, laugh, whatever it is to get you, every day is a new journey. So whatever day that however your day is going, that's you make it, you own it, and you deal with it the best way you know how.
Yeah.
because a lot of times people will they don't know how to deal with their grief.
Yeah.
And so it may come out in different ways. But the hardest part about I lost my brother in 2021. I lost my best friend, my roommate this year, February 1st. Um and it's been a journey. It's been a tough journey. Um but I don't allow people to tell me how to grieve.
Yeah.
Cause some days you gonna feel like it's the weight of the world on your shoulders, and other days you gonna pull out them pictures just like you said, and y'all gonna sit around that table and laugh and giggle and talk about all the things that your mom did for y'all. And
Yeah.
that's the best way.
And I would say this too. And you know, my parents, my dad died in 2020. If y'all remember, he died in 2020. So it was, you know, it's almost around the same time frame, 2 years to the date. And you know,
Wow.
my parents had everything all planned. They had already had their cemetery plots paid for. I mean, we
Yeah.
pretty much didn't have to do anything. Hell, my mom had her obituary written out 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
I
That's
mean,
what we're
down
I'm
to the
working
point
on all
where
of that for my mom. She's still alive, but I'm working on all of that because you know we don't know the day or the hour. And I could tell you this: it does make a difference when you have things in place because these funeral homes, baby, will
yeah,
take you to
but
another level. I
Latina,
promise.
I'm telling you, down to she got her obituary written out down to the who she wants speaking, who she want doing
Yes.
this, to how much time they get. She like,
Oh, yeah.
she don't want no wait,
I'm
she don't want no
and I'm glad you
repass.
said that because you put that back on my mind because I was talking to my mom the other day about that just to get some kind of because I'm gonna tell you right now, people get crazy when it comes to having to plan funerals, and then everybody starts pointing the finger who shoulda, coulda, woulda, and why you didn't do. And it's definitely it's something that you don't want to talk about, but it needs to be talked about, and it's definitely something that you really want to have in place.
Yep,
So,
and insurance.
and
Get you
insurance.
some
And I'm glad you told me that.
get you some damn and especially our people. Get you
Yes,
some damn insurance, even if it's
yes,
just some burial insurance. That shit
yes,
costs you $15, $16 a month. Get
We
you
got
some burial
GoFundMe. We
insurance.
got GoFundMe
So
now.
we
We
ain't
got
got to have no
GoFundMe.
damn GoFundMe's when
yeah,
Johnny died. Get you a damn a burial policy. I mean, come on.
yeah. That was my biggest regret for my brother because we did have to
20,
do a
15,
GoFundMe because he died
$20
suddenly. But
every day, some months.
we got everything else in place now for others. So that's a definite. Rob, that'll be a definite good show one day. We can talk about that.
Yeah, I'll bring. I think my boy Vince. He don't Vince do insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vince.
Bring that back on and we can talk about that.
Brett, what that guy in that wheelchair doing down there in Texas?
I don't know yet, man. I don't have my TV on, so I wasn't looking. I was trying to look at everything Rob put up, but he put it up for 5 seconds and then take it down, and I can't see.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about you putting all the races up for 5 seconds and then put them down.
I got a picture. I got a
had
picture.
commercial. They went to a
Brett,
commercial.
I got a picture of him and Bishop Jakes together.
I know, man. I was disappointed in TD Jakes.
So what's up with that, Brett?
You
What's that about? I saw somebody post a picture with him and some white dude.
The guy
In a wheelchair. In a wheelchair.
That's the governor
That's
of
our
Texas.
governor.
That's the governor of Texas. He in a
Yeah.
wheelchair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he in a wheelchair. Yeah.
Let me tell you a little story about our governor, Greg
So
Abbott.
how you mad at Kanye? I mean, Kyrie Irvin. How you mad at him? I don't know where you at with it, Brett.
I said I was disappointed in TD Jakes for endorsing him. Why are you even bringing him to the church? He ain't done nothing for black folks in Texas. Nothing. Nothing.
He gave Bishop a $500,000 check.
Let's go from there.
That's the easiest $500,000. Hey, that's the easiest $500,000 he ever made, man. You know
All
what
right,
I'm saying?
our governor, he's in a wheelchair because he was jogging and lightning struck a tree branch and it landed on his back, and so he filed a lawsuit against the homeowner that had the tree, and he won $6 million. And then he turned around, and when he got in office, he flipped. He put in a law where you can't, where you can no longer sue a homeowners for act of God for
Smart
stuff that
man.
happened in their yard.
That's a smart
Boy,
man.
if that ain't dirty, I don't know what dirty is.
That's a smart man. It sound like to me.
Yeah, okay. $6 million he got.
He sued the insurance company of the homeowner.
So, yep.
Say too early to call.
Super.
Oh no.
Hey, why y'all think Stacey won't win? Why she can't win?
You're not fit to start that conversation tonight. We're gonna have to wait till tomorrow or next week for the recap. Cause listen, we've
Because
been on
black
this
men won't vote
conversation
for
for
her.
6 months. Cause y'all black men won't vote for her.
Oh,
But I ain't gonna go there with you tonight.
for real?
Terry,
Look, Terry, you just a fire starter. You've been gone all these weeks, and then
I
you
mean,
want to jump on tonight and come
I
in
just-
and fire starter.
I
We're
just,
not going to play with you tonight.
but so
I'm not
okay.
playing with
Answer
you
this
tonight, Terry.
So why they think Warnock can't win?
Terry.
Well, Warnock, he's leading right now.
He do look like he doofus though. He do look very doofus.
I think Warnock might end up holding on to his seat by the hair of his chin.
I hope so, man.
Because the voting is so, like, Kemp is beating Stacey bad, but Warnock is still leading though. That means a lot of people who voted for Kemp still voted for Warnock.
Yeah. Being that it's so close, it's still a shame though.
But it still might end up in a runoff. So you know,
he should have smoked Herschel Walker.
I don't think he gonna win outright. I think they're gonna go into a runoff. Because both of them got to. Because you got to have 50% plus. You know what I'm saying, to win.
Yeah.
Hey, Jermaine, what policy proposal does Herschel Walker present that you like?
I don't live in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
I don't care. I never said he should win or not. I just said he was going to win.
So is Tim Scott? He's from South Carolina. Or North Carolina?
Yeah. Tim Scott. What about him?
He's from South Carolina.
You're in North Carolina, right?
I'm in South Carolina.
Oh, okay. So you a Tim Scott guy?
I ain't none of them motherfuckers guy. I hope all of them. What my man said, what Samuel L. Jackson said, I hope they all burn in hell.
Tim Scott, man, with the guy from the little kid from y'all remember Fat Al with the guy with the gummy, the big teeth and the gums?
You talking about Dumb Donald.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
He do though. Oh, Tim.
All right, let me get my parting shot because I'm ready to go eat because I haven't ate yet. Man, okay. Stand on your convictions. Don't let anything sway what you believe in. Always stand on your principles and your morals, and don't run, don't apologize, don't back down, don't kowtow, don't do none of that. Believe in what you say and believe in what you do and push forward. I'm out.
Brett,
Brett, I'm disappointed you did weed, Brett. I can't believe I agree with Jermaine the whole doggone show, man.
I know it hurts, don't it? It hurts.
It hurts, man. It hurts. It pains me, Brett.
I'm out of here, y'all. See y'all next week.
All right, bro.
All right. My parting shot will be everything in this system that we're in is about language, right? So if you look up the word Aboriginal and go to its roots, it means first from the land. So we are Aboriginal to the planet. We are Aboriginal Earthlings. We started every concept, every culture, every belief system, every ideology, philosophy, science, religion. They stole it. Once you learn that, then you'll be on your way to learning your history of your people.
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good.
All right, that's it.
That's it, man. Hey,
man, appreciate you coming on, man. Doing this. I know you're gonna say y'all going through some time over there. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. You know,
absolutely. You know. And I'll see y'all next week.
All right, peace out, brother.
Right
Praying for you.
Love. Hey now, Terry over there starting mess as usual. But yeah, like I said, that so first I want to say, you know, love to everyone and love to everybody on this panel. And then also I will be in Tulsa, Oklahoma in February. I got a show. I'll let you know. I'll give you the details next time I'm on. Or possibly in a couple of weeks. But I got a little poem for you real quick, and I'm gonna get out the way. The raspiness in my voice making me not want to speak, but I have so much to say. I am tired of you thinking that I'm not cut out for this, but it is always the quiet ones in the midst that have the most to say. I've been listening and studying, watching poets move, giving insight to how I should do. Expectations are high, even when my feelings are low, providing an atmosphere to grow. Words become scattered, words become lines scattered across the pages while you imagine the faces I speak about. I want to leave photographic memories across your mind, mental footsteps to keep you watching and waiting for more. Your heart is all I ask for. Peace. Holla at me, Latina, OKC, spoken word artist. Peace.
Peace.
All right, Tina, good to see you again, sister.
Thank you. Thank you always. Thank you always. All right, and I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night.
All right, good night. TB.
Tour of BlackWallStreet.com. I'm going to say it again. Tour of BlackWallStreet.com. Come on to Tulsa. Come and see me. Be blessed. Brett, I thank you for this platform. Not Brett. I called you Brett. Lord have mercy. Rob, for this platform. I talk to Brett a lot. Rob, thank you, man. I appreciate you and all that you do, you know, and you're doing a great. Keep it up, man. Don't stop. Keep pushing. Tour of BlackWallStreet.com.
All right, my brother.
All right.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Right on. Right on.
Peace out.
Out.
All right, y'all. This is what we got to say goodbye. Appreciate everybody coming on, texting, viewing, sharing. And guess what, y'all? I love y'all. I hope all y'all voted today, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether your guy win or not, exercise that right. Always exercise that right. A lot of people paid with blood, shedding tears for that right for you to do it. So even if your guy win or lose, you know what I'm saying? You got to exercise that right. It don't take but a minute. You know what I'm saying? So peace out to y'all. Love y'all. You can't do nothing about it. Peace.